Every year for the past few years, Dell has been releasing new iterations of the Dell XPS 13 alongside a 2-in-1 version for those that prefer convertibles. These two models are often nearly identical in most ways, so it's truly a matter of choosing the form factor you prefer. This year, there's a lot more to it. But another competitor has also appeared on the market, Xiaomi Book S 12.4. It's a radically similar appearance, and if you're deciding between the two of these, there's a lot to consider. We're here to help, and so we'll be taking a look at all the differences between the 2022 models of the Xiaomi Book S 12.4 and XPS 13 2-in-1. Let's dive into it. Xiaomi Book S 12.4 and XPS 13 2-in-1 were basically identical in terms of looks and the overall appearance language. Things have changed radically this year. The Xiaomi Book S 12.4 takes on a different look from the Xiaomi Pad 5, the brand's most recent Android tablet. Available in only a dark gray color, the Xiaomi Book S 12.4 is made from an aluminum magnesium alloy and weighs 720 grams. It is also 8.95mm thick, and this is understood to include the lone camera on the back. While the bezels around the display are moderately slim, they are of an unequal thickness as the left and right ones are slimmer. In addition, the device has 5 pins at the bottom for connecting to the detachable keyboard. The Dell XPS 13 2-in-1, however, is no longer a convertible in the more traditional sense. Instead of having a hinge that rotates 360 degrees, the XPS 13 2-in-1 is now a tablet, and you can choose to attach or detach the XPS Folio keyboard to use it as a laptop. That does come with benefits for portability, since the XPS 13 2-in-1 now weighs just 1.6 pounds and measures just 7.4mm thick in the Wi-Fi only model, at least. However, it also makes this a less adequate device if you want something that truly works like a laptop. Even with the XPS Folio keyboard, the XPS 13 2-in-1 won't give you the same kind of flexibility for how you can position the display with a typical hinge, and the keyboard might not be as solid. Also, keep in mind that, unlike Microsoft Surface devices, there's no built-in kickstand on the XPS 13 2-in-1, so if you want to prop it up, you need the keyboard. The different form factor also has implications on other things like the display, camera, and connectivity. With its 12.35-inch LCD display, Xiaomi's new Windows tablet is its biggest yet. Protected by Gorilla Glass 3, the screen has a WQHD plus 2560 by 1600 resolution, with a 16 by 10 aspect ratio, a 100% DCI-P3 wide color gamut, and a 178-degree viewing angle. It also supports 10-point multi-touch, and has a brightness level of up to 500 nits. With the change in form factor, the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 also comes with a very different display. It's now a slightly smaller 13-inch panel, but it has the benefit of using a 3:2 aspect ratio, similar to Microsoft Surface Pro 8. In fact, the resolution has 2880 by 1920 pixels. This is the only configuration available, and realistically, it's the only one you need. It's very sharp, and at 500 nits of brightness, it should be easy to use outdoors, too. Dell also mentions Display HDR 400 and Dolby Vision support for this display. Also, Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 model supports touch and pen input in every configuration, as you'd expect for a tablet. It's also protected by Corning Gorilla Glass Victus, since the display is much more likely to be subject to damage from touch input. Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 comes with Intel's 12th generation processors, specifically from the U9 series. That means they have a default TDP of 9 watt, but on the clamshell model, Dell is actually boosting the processors, so they always run at 12 watt. That's not the case with the 2-in-1 model, and thus, you're bound to get more performance out of the clamshell version. At the same time, Xiaomi Book S 12.4 receives Snapdragon 8CX Gen 2 as the chipset powering the tablet, and the octa-core 7nm chipset is paired with 8 GB of LPDDR4X RAM and 256 GB of storage. Another advantage for the XPS 13 2-in-1 is that you can configure it with up to 16 GB of RAM. On top of that, the clamshell model uses the newer LPDDR5 RAM. For storage, XPS 13 model comes with up to a 1TB SSD. As for battery life, Dell doesn't provide very specific estimates, but it will vary depending on your configuration. The two devices have similarly sized batteries, but since the CPU is boosted higher in the clamshell model, that could give the tablet an advantage. But you'll also want to take into account the display resolution and 5G support, which consume more battery. Those who pick up the Xiaomi Book S 12.4 should be able to get a full workday from it, considering Xiaomi claims the battery offers up to 13.4 hours. It also ships with a 65-watt charger to quickly top up the battery when running low on power. It connects via Bluetooth and charges wirelessly when attached to the side of the tablet. A full charge takes 18 minutes, while a 60-second charge will provide up to 20 minutes of use. It's incredibly apparent that these devices are meant for different audiences, and that probably makes it easier than ever to choose the one you want. On the other hand, the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1 and Xiaomi Book S 12.4 are focused on portability. Both of these devices have low weight, without the keyboard, and they give you the option of 5G support. And, of course, Since these are tablets, they support touch and pen input by default, so they can be more intuitive to use. The last thing to consider is the price, but we don't yet know the official pricing of the Dell XPS 13 2-in-1. Still, based on what we've mentioned above, you probably already know what you want, although many sources suggest that the price tag will start at $1,169. For now, you can buy the Dell XPS 13 using the link below, and the 2-in-1 model should go up for sale sometime in July. The tablet from Xiaomi ships with Windows 11, but users can switch to full Windows if they want. Xiaomi is asking for €699 in Europe for the Book S 12.4, while the Smart Pen is priced at an additional €99. Those who do decide to pick up the keyboard cover will have to shell out another €149 and €39 if they also want the magnetic case. Xiaomi has yet to reveal whether it will make its new Book S 12.4 available in other regions. What do you think about comparing these 2-in-1 devices? Write your opinion in the comments below. I would like to know it too. Thanks for watching, have a nice day and see you soon.